Going for gold. Maybe we should change the retune to that. I bet.
Yeah, I'd still like the Black Beauty. Just change the lyrics a bit. Well,
Yeah, but I don't think anyone's going to come after you for copyright on the Going for Gold theme, are they?
Yeah, but the Black Beauty, there's not even any lyrics to it. It's just do 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 do. So you know, it's calling for lyrics to go onto it.
Yeah. Like that time Anita Dobson did the words for the EastEnders theme tune.
Anybody can fall in love. That's the easy part. The hard part's keeping it going. How hopeful is that compared to...
I don't know, she did it. She did all right. Her and Brian May are still married.
But it's how hopeful...
Did they meet in the hairdressers, Hobbit? Serious question. Did Anita Dobson and Brian May meet in the hairdressers?
It's the chance that they met in the hairdressers is probably, you know, a fairly good chance.
1 to 1.
Yeah. Right, so shall we get into this story? Because it's something I saw, and
yeah.
Here's an article, right, and it's from 2021, like all of these ones, but the signal was detected in 2020, and somebody made a 4chan post about it saying, look, we found this signal from Ganymede. It's an alien base. We wouldn't have even detected it except it emitted a strong 6-second long pulse of FM, which is interesting because...
Was it a cock-a-doodle-doo? Welcome to the top of the morning. It's Smashy and Nicey on Ganymede FM.
Well, the bit which I find interesting about that is, so there's two types of, I want to say analog signal, you know, some radio hound would be like, actually, FM is a type of digital. So anyway, amplitude modulation and frequency modulation.
Was it 6 seconds of Bachman Turner overdrive, mate?
Yeah. So there was, you can get natural things doing amplitude modulation, and that's why if you've ever listened to a shortwave radio or something, you can hear all that sort of...
apparently, there's a whole bit about you being able to diagnose battery faults by listening to your AM. If it interferes with your AM, then you can tell what your battery faults are.
I don't understand how that works because batteries are direct current.
In your car, obviously. Yeah,
well, maybe you can diagnose an alternator problem with it because alternators a noise, but the DC radio, the DC battery itself, it doesn't make a noise. So anyway, it was an FM signal, and the only thing that can make it a frequency modulator as opposed to amplitude modulate thing is artificial sources. If FM does not exist in nature. So here's a story, right? And it's going to have some actually in it, so brace yourself. NASA detects FM radio signal from Jupiter's moon Ganymede. Subtitle.
Hobbit, I've just got to, while I was looking for this, just found, can a bad battery cause a radio not to work?
Yeah, the answer is yes, I'd imagine.
Fucking hell. The people that are on the internet, Hobbit.
Mechanic forums, especially when it comes to electronics, is some of the most dumbest shit I've ever read in my life. The subtitle of this headline is, it's more of a natural function, and I've just established to you and the audience that FM is not natural in any way, shape or form. Oh, there's another subtitle. It's not ET, Ganymede signal. Wait... Isn't this a bit prejudicial? Sort of like, how about...
Is it a bit like saying it was definitely a Welsh choir boy what done, didn't it? You mean that kind of prejudicial?
And it's not a terror motive, however far right thugs are, and they need to be exterminated, even though we don't have the death penalty. It is a prejudicial language which will, I think, colour the audience's response, and I object to prejudicial language. As we know, we are a non-discriminatory show, and we don't like prejudice of any form. NASA's Juno space probe has made an exciting discovery in Jupiter's orbit. according to a NASA ambassador. The small spacecraft reportedly detected an FM radio signal coming from Jupiter's largest moon, Ganymede. It's almost certainly a natural signal, the ambassador said. Fucking lies. Right, so this is Patrick Wiggins here, the ambassador for the NASA.
Do you reckon Karen Jean-Pierre is going to get a job at NASA next?
I don't know who that is, sorry. It's not E.T. Patrick Wiggins, one of NASA's ambassadors to Utah, told Utah news station KTVX reports. Well, why do they do that thing where they have like a K and then a bunch of random letters?
Oh shit! I didn't find what I was looking for, but I have found some really interesting AM radio stuff up it.
This is what the audience will be champing at the bit to hear about.
Yeah, I'm just introducing spoilers, wetting their beak.
So we've already like been over this like a few times now. I haven't even got through the second paragraph. So now let me just repeat. It's more of an actual function. It's not ET, and it's almost certainly a natural signal. It's not ET. Right. So, now this is the second paragraph. It's more of a natural function. So, we've now had 5 times we've repeated the same fucking statement. The intriguing blurb remains shrouded in mystery. No other outlet appears to have confirmed Wiggins.
Oh, can I refute Dom while we're here? Dom says the Magna Carta was signed on Ganymede. Dom, you're wrong. It was signed at the bottom. We all know that, don't we, Hobbit?
Exactly. Where else would you sign it?
Yeah.
The intriguing blurb remains shrouded in mystery. No other outlet appears to have been... Are you confusing Ganymede with Runnymede? No other outlet appears to have confirmed... I don't think Runnymede was one of the Greek pantheon, was she? Because Ganymede, that was one of Zeus's lovers. The intriguing blurb remains shrouded in mystery. Why has Jupiter got Ganymede?
Fucking hell, he's back from the methadone clinic of it.
I've been on the methadone 7 years. That's way harder than heroin. Hey. So, Fraser, we've got an exciting story from NASA, right? This is real exciting. This happened 4 years ago, right? So we've already had 5 times repeated. It's a natural function. It's not ET.
Okay.
Do you want to know? So I've not
Let me
even.
guess.
The headline is NASA detects FM radio signal from Jupiter's moon Ganymede, and I've just established to the audience that FM, by its very nature, it's not natural. You don't get any. There's no natural. No pulsars are giving off FM signals. There's nothing in nature which would cause an FM signal. Is someone going to say, "Oh, it's plate tectonics on Ganymede," and when you got like piezoelectric things, it causes FM signals to happen, and occasionally it sounds like Smashy and Nicey for 6 seconds of broadcasting from Radio Ganymede.
Radio Ganymede FM.
Radio Gaga Ganymede. So, the intriguing blurb remains shrouded in
on Ganymede, they do a lot of work for charity, but they don't like to talk about it, mate.
That's right. You don't need a bit of charity work they do. It's so special.
So is that where Top of the Pops went to? You know, they sent it to fucking Ganymede.
Yeah. So the intriguing blurb remains shrouded in mystery. No other outlet appears to have confirmed Wiggins' remarks, and there doesn't appear to be any scientific paper or press release that corresponds with Wiggins' claims. Futurism has reached out to
Bradley Wiggins, the Olympic medalist.
No, Peter Wiggins, the NASA ambassador.
NASA ambassador. You're spoiling us. Is he the one that gives out the Ferrero Rochers? Is he?
No, he does that awful freeze-dried ice cream he claims astronauts eat, which nobody likes.
Why?
Futurism has reached out to Wiggins and NASA for more details on the claims, and NASA had told us to fuck off. You've never seen the evidence ever. Never a straight answer. As expected, the signal was likely caused by electrons oscillating at a lower rate than their spin, amplifying radio waves. This is worse than swamp gas over Venus. Well, look, at least my bullshit theory of plate tectonics on Ganymede occasionally cause like quartz crystals to oscillate, giving off like radio signals. But this is bullshit. Oh yeah, the signal was caused by electrons oscillating at a lower rate than their spin. What the fuck?
Oh,
what
okay.
causes that?
So we can prove this in a laboratory experiment, then, can't we?
Is that like how you can tell your alternator's going by listening to your AM radio?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. No one actually. You know what? Saying you know what? There's an alien space station. It's been there hundreds, if not thousands, of years.
Yeah.
And occasionally it gives out like bursts of radio wave. It's probably sending an SOS. The signal was caused by electrons oscillating at lower frequency. The process known as cyclotron maser instability is also behind the auroras on Jupiter that Juno observed. So cyclotron maser instability. So occasionally the atmosphere acts as a particle accelerator, and just causes this.
Well, it's alien, isn't it?
There is the IEEE Explore website, and they got the theory of cyclotron maser instability. So in other words, we made this shit up because it sounds more plausible than swamp gas over Venus.
Did they use quantum in it?
Just say it's a Fata Morgana, for fuck's sake.
It's a Fata Morgana. It's a quantum Fata Morgana. That's what it is of it.
It's a Fata Morgana mirage in Ganymede.
Yeah.
In other words, the discovery didn't come as a shock, especially considering they were picked up near Jupiter's polar regions where magnetic field lines connect to Ganymede.
Oh, you don't want to pick them up in the polar region.
Oh my god.
See, there's nothing exciting about this.
Magnetic field lines. What are they, Hobbit?
What, the magnetic field lines?
Yeah. What?
You mean
what
like
is
ley
a
lines?
magnetic field line.
You mean like ley lines that apparently don't exist?
Well, I'm just like.
Did
they explain what a magnetic field line is? Like,
yeah, magnetic flux lines. Did you ever have that toy as a kid with iron filings, and you put a magnet underneath, and then you put your neodymium magnet on it, and it breaks because now you've magnetized all the iron particles.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you did that with one of the old bar magnets, you get to see these lines going from one pole to the other, and it let you visualize the magnetic lines.
Right. Okay.
You can also feel the magnetic lines, like if you're turning your alternator whilst listening to an AM radio, and you're noticing it's a bit stiff on some of the windings, which means that your alternator's fucked, mate.
Yeah.
Even with a brand new generator, you'll notice that there'll be about 3 positions in it, usually, where it's really hard to turn it. That's because that's where the windings are, and as the magnet goes past it, that's where the magnetic lines kind of pinch it. It's called in fact, it's used in braking. It's called an eddy current brake, or there's another term they use for it. Oh yeah, they call it regenerative braking now, but it's an eddy current brake. So what we got on? Oh yeah, the discovery didn't come as a shock. It was a fucking shock, and they used a whole year to like do damage control. All the pictures Juno took is in an offline server, which nobody's ever going to fucking see ever.
That's almost the mark of nothing to see here when it gets buried.
Yeah, nothing to see. Well, you know, like the Dunblane massacre, what the court transcripts.
Like, did you know the Lockerbie? Absolutely nothing happened on the Lockerbie disaster. It was exactly as they said it was. That's why they resealed it again recently.
Oh, what? So it was opened, and they said, "Oh, just kidding. We'll seal it up again."
I think it was coming up for renewal when they resealed it again. So obviously nothing to do with our government, that one, and it was completely what the paper said it was.
Yeah, great. So where did it go? So here we go. This is more of Peter Wiggins bullshitting. We've known about this decametric radio emission emanating from Jupiter since the 1960s. On Earth, these signals roughly coincide with the Wi-Fi signals used to surf the web. What the hell are you on about?
They had Wi-Fi in the 1960s.
Wow.
Are they saying it's 2.4 gigahertz? What? I fucking hate these journalists. It's like, look, can you please just assume that if somebody wants to read about radio waves, they'll understand a number like 2.4 gigahertz. And if you want to be a fucking journalist about it, you can put in brackets the same frequency which our Wi-Fi signals use.
Well, it could be a 5G one, couldn't it? Because you get 2.4
well, I was going
and
to say
5G.
we've moved to 5 gigahertz, which since I think that was 802.11n, which came out in what 2010 or something, 2008.
Yeah, it's not that's old. That is,
yeah. Juno was only able to spot the radio emission for 5 seconds as it was orbiting Jupiter at 50 kilometers per second. Wiggins said, "Oh, it's bullshit." So is there? So this is Fox 8, which is KVTX. So let's have the official article instead of futurism trying to bullshit it. This is
what's futurism? Is does George Soros fund that publication?
It's some sort of magazine about futurism, and they'll occasionally report.
Yeah,
where you own out and be happy. You'll eat out but pies and be happy.
Yeah.
So anyway, there was an article I saw it on Twitter, and I don't know. I didn't tag you or Hemi in it because I thought, I'll just go past it. But the thing is, a year before that article came out, there was a 4chan post and saying, "Look, they've already killed." Oh, I forgot his fucking name. That would probably be good. We could have searched it. They've already killed my friend because he.
Is this the guy who rang into like Coast to Coast AM? No.
I don't know what he did. And he said a high-ranking official and the 16-year-old girl he was sleeping with and blurted the information to. They were both suicided at 100 miles an hour, crashing into a lamppost
in a Tesla.
Well, this is 2020. Oh yeah, they had Teslas back then. Yeah. And he says,
"Wait, what? So what was he going to pull the rug on? This radio just says,
look, if you're reading this, I'm already dead. This post is going forward, and he was saying that look, we uncovered a signal in 2020. It came for 6 seconds, and when we sent the Juno satellite over it, we saw a object about 900 foot across. It's got some strange alloy we don't know how to analyze. It's got a dark purple sheen to it with a brilliant green glow. It's completely invisible to infrared. No heat emanating from it at all. The only reason we knew about it is because of this 6-second FM radio burst. And I'm telling you guys, FM radio signals do not appear in nature. They are not a natural phenomena. In fact, that was one of the reasons why. Oh, my dad was telling me about FM the other day, and I keep forgetting the name of the guy. He finds it really fascinating. But the point being, because I said to him, "How come is it that FM is so much clearer than AM?" And he says, "Well, look, the natural background radio noise easily affects amplitude modulation because it just works on amplitude. So when you pick up some background noise, that is an amplitude, and that will interfere with it. Whereas if you're listening to an FM signal, it's frequency modulation, not amplitude modulation. And the only thing that can interfere with that is, okay, so
distance.
If I remember this correctly, right, you got yourself a carrier wave. So you tune into Radio 1 at 99.1 megahertz. And that's your carrier wave. But inside that, there's a there's a subharmonic called the modulated part. That's the part of frequency modulation. And then your radio demodulates it, and then you hear it as the signal. Amplitude modulation is it's a lot simpler than that. You just tune it to the right carrier frequency, and then you subtract the carrier frequency from the you divide or subtract it. I forget exactly what it is, and then the amplitude that's left over just gets converted into an audible signal. And look, some radio ham's going to be, actually, Hobbit, this is how FM works. And I'll be like, that's great. I've made FM radios before in the past, but that was, I mean, a long time ago now. So I'm sorry, I'm a bit rusty on this. I'm not a radio ham.
Do you want me to go? Are you done now, Hobbit? Shall I go over some
Yeah.
some stuff that isn't 14 but should be? So, an AM radio can be useful for finding both radiated emissions and ESD events. They don't tell you what an ESD event is.
Electrostatic discharge.
Oh, is it? The biggest advantage of using a radio in EMC engineering?
Oh, okay, yeah. So in the case of radio, they are talking about electrostatic discharge, yeah.
So what's EMC? Is that electromagnetic something?
EM coil, electromagnetic coil.
Don't know. So the biggest advantage of using the radio in EMC engineering is its cost. Second-hand AM radio on eBay costs about $20 US or less. Understanding how radio works is essential for engineers to use this low-cost technology to troubleshoot complex EMI-ish. Why are they talking in so much jargon and not explaining? Oh my god, it gets even worse. Oh no, so this is from a magazine called In Compliance Mag. So they already assume that you know everything they're talking about. Hobbit, I might need you to translate from nerd.
Give me the link so I.
Do you want to read? Do you want to read it and you see what you can see if you can make sense of it?
Let's have a look at this. See if because otherwise I'm going to read this article of another monster and
general. I think it might be quite interesting, and I think it somewhat goes alongside what we're talking about. Maybe.
Let's see. An AM radio can be useful for finding. Yeah, we said that bit. Using AM radio, you can find an interesting case study. Police use a simple AM radio to locate a marijuana growers in reference 1. This reminds me of a recent case which I used an AM radio to successfully locate the noise source at a client's site. The client's project was a large-scale installation located at the factory site to perform an in-situ EMC. So,
on the EUT, like not one bit of jargon is being explained in this.
They do have hyperlinks to this. So if I click on EMC, what happens? Electromagnetic compatibility.
Oh, you can just hover as well. That does the same thing. Oh, equipment under test is EUT.
Yeah, they shut down most of the equipment and lighting during the weekend, but the ambient noise at the site was still large enough to cause issues. Even when the
EUT, that's equipment under test.
Equipment under test. I was going to say everything under test was powered off. The ambient environment exhibited a noise level higher than the limit line defined by the standards. In this case, the EUT was being
so noise in this case is a measure of undesired noise mixed into the output. So if you hover over the hyperlinks, it tells you don't have to click on it, you can just hover.
We can clearly see in the results performing low frequency. This gets very technical, but
it's very nerdy. It's very nerdy.
You can use an AM radio to detect noise signals, and
so how do you detect it to find marijuana then?
I am going to assume that the grow house had high pressure sodium lights, and they were using unshielded transformers, which would be buzzing at 60 hertz. And because they use a lot of power, the policeman would be like, "Oh, it seems whenever I go here, there's something that's using a lot of power.
Yeah.
What would be using a lot of power in the residence? I better go and investigate. Oh, it's transformers for the lights for." I say transformers. It's called a ballast. I never really understood what a ballast is because that wasn't.
Yeah, because you think of like ballast as in like in an air balloon or a submarine.
Well, I do know with lighting circuits there was this thing because there's like a big inrush current, which would normally trip the switch. You use a ballast, and the idea of that is that when you turn it on, it doesn't immediately trip the switch. It uses the ballast, and then once it warms up, the current goes to its normal level.
Yeah.
But then they changed from high pressure sodium to LED grow lights.
So he's got 3 antenna gain settings on his radio, and he selected DX. So what's the difference between The other two options, normal and low. I've never seen normal, local, and DX on an AM radio.
These are mental illnesses that ham radio operators develop.
They reduce background noise or interference, which was the opposite of what we wanted in this case. This is some real nerdy stuff, this is. So AM radio. So what's an envelope detector?
I assume what it is it means that you're scanning a range of frequencies at the same time and not just one frequency. Can FM signals...
Oh, he says it. He says it in the article. If you flick through the article. So he said... So, AM radios with envelope detectors respond to radiated EMI, electromagnetic interference, from current impulses such as lightning sparks and magnetic field radiating from a conductor, where DI or DT is large. The discriminator in a vintage FM radio is basically an AM envelope detector, preceded by a filter with a linear ramp for frequency response. Didn't know that, did you? Early FM was basically hot-wired AM. Did you know that, Hobbit?
It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, they're completely different technologies. It just...
So modern FM receivers, which use phase-locked loops to implement the detection function, are less susceptible to impulse noise. However, any FM receiver with an automatic gain control may also be susceptible, as the constantly changing RF level induced by the EMI will cause the AGC to constantly... I feel like I should be reading it in this sort of voice, Hobbit.
It definitely sounds like a certain person, a bicycle enthusiast, be telling us about the benefits of FM modulation versus the AM. And I clicked on the Wikipedia article about frequency modulation, and I regret.
Oh, the article about how cops are finding grow-ups is at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
This is from EDN. Let's hope this is a little bit less autistic.
I hear a buzzing when I go past this block of flats.
One of my colleagues, Kit Haskins, alerted me to the following article: how cops are catching grow-up. Because I just feel like I really ought to say it in this voice. With AM radios, as a long-time EMI engineer, the headline certainly caught my eye. The article was posted by Keith Graves on his blog, police1.com, in February 2014. Graves is a police sergeant in the San Francisco area, and he described how police were starting to use AM radios in their vehicles to locate illegal indoor marijuana farms. These grow-ops are using arrays of large 1,000-watt high-pressure sodium or metal halide lamps, driven by electronic ballasts. Most of these ballasts are imported from China, and the manufacturers of these have apparently made no attempt at complying with the FCC emission standards. Constantly, they produce large amounts of radio frequency interference. This RFI has become a major nuisance to local radio amateurs and other users of the radio spectrum, as it can completely obliterate communications.
Like cannabis grow ops because their noisy transformers interfere with my amateur radio.
Is that what really happened in the bank job? That radio ham guy only grassed them up because they were butting in on his favourite frequency.
Literally, that's it. They don't care about anything else. It's just like, this is ham radio piracy. You're interfering with legitimate, licensed amateur radio frequencies. I'm going to report you to the relevant authorities.
The sad thing is that they get charged for the inefficiency of the equipment and not complying to standards and the actual grown-up.
All they're concerned about is that they're using unshielded transformers, which they don't care about illegitimate drug grows. What's that got to do with radio? No, seriously. Like, you have never met people as like autistically obsessed with people until you met ham radio operators.
This is isn't it? It's the excessive cheap crap from China.
When
bloody drug dealers and they're cutting shuffles cards, cutting corners.
when will these cheap Chinese transformers learn that you need to shield your transformers?
Related to the article above in September 14, he even writes it really autistically, doesn't he?
Dude, you're on the radio ham radio website. What do
I
you
don't know
expect?
what this is. EDN.com. I don't know what EDN is.
Oh, it's the Extreme Defence League for radio amateurs and exterminating people that would use noisy transformers that would interfere with their civilian band.
I visited the headquarters of the American Radio Relay League, ARRL, in Newington CT, where I had the chance to meet with their lead RFI investigator, Mike Gruber. Gruber was well aware of the issue to amateur radio operators and shared the ARRL's formal complaint to the FCC dated March 2014. Prior to their complaint, Gruber also conducted extensive testing on 3 of these electronic ballasts, and the conducted emission data clearly shows peaks as high as 100 plus dBUV, 50 decibels over the limit. And in the range 6 to 8 megahertz.
That is really, really noisy. I understand something about signal to noise ratio, and my God, those Chinese transformers are a piece of shit. So the thing is, I agree with them on the principle that Chinese electronics are rubbish, but also I'm really annoyed with how autistic they are.
In the range.
Dilemma.
Look, he hasn't finished yet, Hobbit. He hasn't finished yet. He's just winding up.
I know, but I need to stop before So you'd think, being Asperger's, I would have some sympathy towards those in the autism spectrum disorder, but actually no, they're incredibly annoying people, and because they're just so obsessed with their technical matters, they don't understand any social niceties.
They're literally they're like idiot savants. Are they like savants? Would you say they're like?
I'll tell you what it's like. It's like reading a manifesto written by an extremely autistic man who happens to live in the west of our country.
They're like the sort of people that read in your comments when they can hear your chair squeaking. Like those kind of people, aren't they?
They're the sort of people who write about how often they exercise in a manifesto about going to the powerlifting convention.
In the range 6 to 8 megahertz, with lower peaks at 14, 18 and 21 megahertz. There are also high peaks covering the AM broadcast band, and that's where the police tune their radios in order to detect the use of these ballasts. The interference from these sources has been received as far away as 2,500 feet, nearly half a mile. And there's a picture of the lead RFI. Do you want to see a picture of the lead RFI guy?
I think I've seen him before.
Do you think you already got the image in your head? Is that what you're saying, Hobbit?
I'm saying we're not allowed to dox people that we may or may not know.
Look at this absolute Chad. Look at him. Look at that Chad, Hobbit.
I told you not to put... Look, he's handling stolen goods. Next you'll be posting where he lives.
That's RFI lead engineer with the... have I just opened him up to Death by Mexican Cartel, have I?
Well, you'll be Pikey's talk about Leslie. Hey, do you want to buy this reel of copper? He says, I don't know. Is it compliant with ESN standard? Nah.
Mike Gruber, this is figure 1, RFI lead engineer with the ARRL, Mike Gruber, standing behind the table where conducted emissions testing was performed. I love this magazine. This is awesome. Amateur radio operator Tom Thompson of Boulder, CO, has located 5 of these grow-ups in his own neighbourhood and has published an article on direction finding, GFing, as we call it in the trade, these RFI sources. The article locating RF interference at HF was published in QST magazine, November 2014. It's all going on in 2014, isn't it?
Are we listening to like the 6-second signal from Ganymede, and it's just this is complete alien gibberish because I don't understand anything you've just said. You're on that time I read that incredibly autistic article the other day, and you kept interrupting me because you can feel your brain bleeding and you're concerned that you weren't going to make it to the end of the episode.
I just love this. I could, or is it as bad as the interview with that woman? That woman that what was it? The
Laura
Wonder
Hiskiff.
Woman. The Wonder Woman one. Do you remember that one?
Oh God, that one was bad. It was really funny, but it was bad. No, I was just thinking back to Laura Hiskiff because at least with Laura Hiskiff, it's like I can understand what you're saying. I just think your complaints are unreasonable.
Oh dear. So he's since developed large filters that appear to work moderately well in minimising the emissions. While the FCC is aware of the interference and the fact many of these ballasts even have fake FCC stickers, they've not enforced the regulations as of yet. Big China absolutely fucking dicking ham radio enthusiasts.
You know.
Hey, Hobbit, I'm moving on to the lighter part of the article now. There's an amusing blog posting from an anonymous writer on Big Buds, a marijuana growers website, describing the other side of the controversy. Apparently, Comcast was investigating RFI to other cable subscribers around his home and nearly found out about the writer's grow-up. After some realisation as to what was transpiring, the grower moved to a different location, so the issue is becoming known by both the police and the growers. I wonder whether the growers will pressure the manufacturers to produce quieter ballasts, Hobbit.
Put it this way, you see, if somebody had just thought, you know what, I will buy this FCC compliant ballast because two reasons. One, it won't interfere with any other electronics I'll have in the grow up, and two, it won't annoy the obsessively autistic ham radio enthusiast around me who will then report me to the police because I'm interfering with their stupid, boring hobby. Where if anybody comes in without license, they go, you're using piracy. We're going to triangulate your location, and we're going to what? You'll get a fine. At that point, what you do is you fart into the microphone whenever they're talking. Just go. This is a very important ham radio frequency. How dare you insult us?
Living the Dream says you need to pronounce the R's as W's for authenticity.
Yeah.
The marijuana growers are guilty of resonating. They absolutely are.
Yeah, that's it. No, they're guilty of bad vibrations.
Yeah, bad. I think we already did Bad Vibrations as an episode title, didn't we?
I don't know.
Anyway, that's the autism section for tonight. Jesus,
Or is it?
Could you imagine being at like a convention or something with these people?
So, in summary, for those just tuning in right now,
there
was a 6-second burst of radio from Ganymede. It's an FM signal. It's not natural. And of course, all the articles go, of course it's natural. It's not ET. Blah, blah, blah. And that's it. They fobbed off with some bullshit. And I've got a website about it now called The Theory of Cyclotron Maser Instability. It literally is swamp gas over Venus from the bit I've read here. It's absolute bollocks. So I'm sorry, I'm just like, you know how when children lie to you about like how there's no ice cream left in the ice cream tub or the cookies have all been taken from the jar, and it's like, yeah, a man came into the house and didn't break any windows, and then they ate all the biscuits. Right, and then they left, and they didn't steal the telly, didn't steal any money or valuables. No, they just stole the biscuits. And he was a black man. Oh, there was this little 3-year-old girl, bless her, and she's telling her mum that a man came into the house, ate all the biscuits, didn't steal anything else, and he was a black man.
from the mouth of babes, eh?
Kids say the darndest things, but it's like, when a child lies to you, it's like, okay, this is going to be good, right? Come on, tell us a lie. And if a child said to me, actually, it's not an alien on Ganymede, it's actually a cyclotron maser instability, I'd be like, come on. Look, if you just told me a man came into the house, ate all the biscuits, and he was a black man, I'd have let you get away with it, poor thing.
That's how you knew they were lying.
I'd have believed you.
I would have believed you. I could see like the chocolate smears around your lips, but I'd be like, you know what? I'll let it slide because it's funny. But when you come to me with this bullshit about cyclotron maintenance stability, I'm sorry, but you're getting a smack. You need to learn to lie better in the future.
Let's do some. We are way behind on unexplained histories, so we can probably do the rest of the show on that.
Hey,
have you guys heard about John McAfee's alive again? Have you heard that?
The AI.
I think a lot of people at the time said he faked his death, didn't they?
I suppose his ex-girlfriend or something said that he did, yeah. But he just appeared today on X saying he's back. It's like, what? I thought you were dead. So yeah, that's
but they're saying it's an AI recreation of John McAfee.
And how many times has Jimmy Carter died in the last 5 years?
At least once.
I mean, I've only
twice. He's only second go round now, isn't he?
Yeah, but it isn't like the Jimmy Carter thing, like A Weekend at Bernie's, where they sort of wheel him out, and he's like, "No, he's totally alive, guys."
Yeah.
So I reckon they did that with Ruth Bader Ginsburg for a couple of months.
What, apparently they reckon she fell down the stairs like months before she died. They just didn't want to give Trump the pick, did they?
Well, that was the thing, you see, with her. It's just like, look, her corpse is stinking. We can no longer pretend that, it's just the Indians around her. No, we're going to have to say she's dead.
Her hands fell off while we were doing the wavy arms thing with the bit of string.
Oh.
Look, we were touching up her nose and it fell off and maggots came out. Can we just bury her, please? She's starting to look like the Tales from the Crypt host.
She's starting to look like Nancy Pelosi.
Good evening, guys and ghouls. Here's another ruling from the Supreme Court.
Do you remember at one point they were like, can we just have Ruth Bader Ginsburg send letters in? Do you remember they tried that at one point?
I just need, like, there to be like a documentary about Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and they start playing the theme tune from Tales from the Crypt. Da, 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 da.
That's the one based on EC Comics, isn't it?
But before we go into unexplained histories, I'll just read you the abstract for Fata Morgana Swamp Gas over Venus.
Yeah.
Now, it has to be an American voice for this because it was published in Ithaca, New York. The cyclotron maser instability has a twofold importance. First, there is a fundamental scientific interest in the physical processes involved in this instability. Second, this mechanism is the basis for a new class of powerful millimeter and submillimeter wave generators, gyrotrons, in which defining application to RF heating of plasmas in controlled fusion research devices. In this paper, both the scientific aspects and the design procedures for devices based on the cyclotron maser instability are reviewed. So what has that got to do with a signal from Ganymede? Fuck knows. But it's not as if anybody can. But from what I've just read with the abstract, I know I used a silly voice, but it's got nothing to do with FM signals from Ganymede.
Oh shit! Did I read this one the other day from the Fortean Times? Prison officer Christian Gomez, 40, accidentally triggered alarms by wearing a metal penis ring to work at HMP Forest Bank in Salford. This led to him being searched, but it was revealed he was smuggling tobacco and cannabis into the prison. Police then raided Gomez's home, discovered a stash of more than 15 grand's worth of drugs. As a result, he returned to jail, this time as an inmate with a 28-month sentence. Meanwhile, over on Channel 4, Saran Jones has been investigating witch trials in the aptly named Saran Jones Investigating Witch Trials.
What did they find?
I don't know. No, that was just the funny bit, the fact that the stupid thing.
All right. Oh.
Oh shit, have you heard about this? So many conspiracy theorists claim the recent fog wave has something to do with transhumanist technology like smart dust or even the supernatural mist seen by many Fortean researchers. However, because of the social media, its effects are more mental than physical. What do you think?
What?
So they're saying that... So you know that we've had all the fog lately? There is something weird... There is something weird in the fog because
you've had all the fog lately. I haven't had fog.
Oh, haven't you had fog?
I'm not a tranny now, Hemi. All right. I haven't.
No, there is something weird in the fog because my Ring doorbell, it looks like it's snowing when it's fog. It's really weird.
So in other words, there's particles in it, and I assume if
nice chaff.
If the Ring doorbell can see it and you can't, then it's like it's reflecting infrared.
Yeah,
it's like chaff grenade, right? It's like one.
Yeah, well, it's really weird because it looks like it's snowing and it's not. You look out and there's nothing there.
Ooh, spooky. Yeah, so you're confirming you've been turned into a tranny. That's right. You're now half robot, half woman.
I've been really ill ever since I've driven through the fog. So, and yeah.
Funny thing, if you search 14 on X, all my posts come up. Do you remember 14 words 215? Oh Nasser, I am but a fool.
No. What were we talking about there? I like how NASA is a perennial subject for the
14 words 201 Shark Science Revisited and other stories.
Oh, that was a great episode. I'm really glad we revisited Shark Science.
It was worse than we thought.
Well, it was funnier than we thought as well.
Just a racket. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
But you know, the thing is, right, I always refer to him as like the gold standard for doing a grift because at least he's doing actual like research into like stuff. Like, say what you like about it, but he is actually studying sharks. So much of the science is absolute fucking bullshit. Like,
it's all theoretical number shit. Yeah.
What if it's anything at all? It's not doing actual science.
Oh, no. If you want to listen to a podcast that's completely the opposite of us, and it's hosted by a big titty goth girl, there's on Wednesdays We Talk Weird. New episodes every Wednesday, obviously. Right. She says, of all the podcasts out there, why should you be listening to On Wednesdays We Talk Weird? It isn't hosted by enthusiasts. It's hosted by 214 investigators. This means we do our homework.
So they're more professional than us. Okay.
Big titty goth girl.
Yeah.
We've got the Apple reviews.
Yeah.
Hey, I've done extensive homework into the size of her breasts. So...
That'll be our homework. Yeah.
Hobbit. Have you seen the new Tintin book? Ian posted this. It's an old post of his.
Right. I was going to say this is not a Hershey original. So I know they're doing like they're doing new Asterix and Obelix books.
Oh no! How could they?
They're actually all right. They're not too bad. Like there's this one where
is that for a modern audience?
No, well, I think France, being that it's not Anglophone, it manages to escape a lot of the DEI stuff. Unfortunately, because our language is compatible with Americanese, we get the DEI fallout.
Yeah. Oh, Sharon Drew at 51 was treated for minor injuries after an explosion in her car caused by an air freshener. She had just bought the spray at B&Q in Southend-on-Sea, Essex. Sprayed it inside a Ford Focus and lit a cigarette. Okay. All 4 doors were blown out and the windscreen hurled 30 foot into the air. The alopecia sufferer's wig prevented her head from being engulfed in flames. It saved my life, she said. What was that you said, Hobbit?
No, sorry.
What?
Did I say something?
I thought you said.
I'm just thinking. It's just the idea of like, wow, an aerosol containing like, alcohol and other flammable things. Goes bang. You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
To be fair, it did a fucking good job, didn't it? Through the windscreen, 30 feet into the air.
So
I think that might be an exaggeration because I don't think she saw it.
And the wig, I get a feeling that I know what the demographic of this woman is. Is she the sort of person that has a cousin or a sister that used Gorilla Glue in her hair, and now Gorilla Glue has a warning on it that says, "Warning: this is not a hair care product; it is an adhesive."
Yeah, because you need these things.
But then the dumb diggers will still go, "Hey, yo, they just be keeping us down. They trying to keep our hair care products away from us."
Mm.
And all I said is numb diggers, because if you try and do any gardening work in this day and age, especially with the weather being what it's like, you'll get very numb. And you won't get far digging in this permafrost. Numb diggers.
Anyway, we're going to do some unexplained histories.
Oh,
yes. I thought we were doing unexplained histories. I thought.
No, yes, I was just having a look through. I just searched Fortean on Twitter and have a look through it.
We had a Fata Morgana, you see, about a 6-second signal from Ganymede turning into the first half of the show. Because
actually, talking about woo-woo space alien stuff. Did you see the egg video, the alien spaceship egg thing?
No, what's it on? Is it on Twitter or something? Is it?
Yeah, it's on Twitter. It's like I swear to people, right? If you believe that is a UFO and not literally some fucking egg, hard-boiled egg on a stick, I've got a bridge to sell you. Like, it is the most like. It's retarded. If you believe that, you're retarded. I'm sorry. It's just. All these people are like, oh my god, we got proof of an alien UFO. Look, here's this piece of string, putting it on the ground.
Yeah, Hobbit, you've watched Mork and Mindy, haven't you?
I've seen a few episodes, yes.
Yeah, well, in the first episode, he comes to Earth in an egg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just search it on Twitter if you can get it up. Like it's egg spaceship.
Oh God, someone's at it again. The UFO psyops are rituals. When Aleister Crowley contacted an interdimensional entity called Lam in 1918, he drew a portrait of it which resembled a grey alien before the Greys were even a concept. Lam also gave Crowley a revelation. The entity told him, "It's all in the egg."
Yeah, here it is. Right. This is it. Right. Do you want me to put it in the general chat?
Yeah.
Go on. Let's. This isn't the official. This is a second-hand source, but still, it's a picture of it. Like.
Oh, I've just found it. It's right.
You found it? Okay. Yeah, that's it. It's that one.
Does it look like it's on a stick? What the fuck is this?
This is the breaking new. Aliens are real, bro.
Oh, absolutely. Fucking, yeah.
This is, filled up my timeline. I don't know why. Like, it was just fucking, oh my god, it's a UFO. Like, we got conclusive proof. We're not alone in the universe.
Is this really, out of the mountains of fucking evidence that they've got, this is really the best they can do, is it? Right, hold on, I'm nearly there. It'll be up in 1 second. Hobbit, are you ready for conclusive proof that aliens are real?
I am sat down. I have braced myself.
Sit down.
See, ladies and gentlemen,
Your Jimmy's about
What's
to be blown into space.
What's new in Chrome? This podcast is brought to you by
There you go.
Google and Alphabet. And
on screen now, you see a rotation of an alien.
oh, that right? Okay. Well, what's the thing pointing to it? Yeah, because I just that's like the top article on Unexplained Mystery. Does this video clip corroborate whistleblowers' UFO retrieval claims? Is this UFO being retrieved?
Everywhere.
Is this UFO being retrieved by a helicopter? Question mark. A US Air Force veteran has reportedly confirmed his involvement in retrieving alien technology. We heard a lot of rumours of secretive UFO retrieval programs. Oh, sorry, we're supposed to call them UAPs.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure the claw machine reboot is gonna take off.
And according to reports, Jake Barber, US Air Force veteran who was contacted as a helicopter pilot, has claimed that he was personally involved in retrieving such objects on behalf of the US government. Speaking to News Nation's Ross Coulthard, he described one particular incident in which he was tasked with retrieving a craft.
This is look now, Hobbit. Look, come on, look like a UFO.
Origin. Just visually looking at the object on the ground, you could tell it was extraordinary and anomalous, he said. It was not human. It's inconsistent with anything I've ever seen before. I can also... Have you never seen a hard-boiled egg before?
That's what it looks like.
I can also tell you that the reaction...
There's a picture of Donald in an egg.
We were dealing with something extraordinary. Over the last couple of years, it's been confirmed to me by ranking members of the UAP task force that we were working in the night was, in fact, non-human intelligence, or NHI. And it was not a unique experience. After the interview, News Nation... Oh, hang on.
It's like that. It's like... They're telling us, aren't they? It's the go on do a terrorism meme in glowing green. And what was it Terry A. Well, don't repeat whatever Terry Davis told us about them. But he did, however, I can, however, repeat that they do glow green. And that's about the only thing I can repeat of Terry Davis's.
You can tell when the CIA spooks on here, they actually glow in the dark.
Every time I look at that picture, I just laugh. I start laughing.
After the interview, News Nation actually reached out to the Autumn Anomaly Resolution Office, the AARO, the Pentagon's official UFO investigation branch, to ask them about what he'd said. AARO has not discovered any verifiable information to substantiate claims that any programs regarding the possession or reverse engineering of extraterrestrial materials have existed in the past or exist currently.
Oh God! Do you want to hear a bit from the egg leaker?
Oh, egg leaker.
That's what they're calling him, the egg leaker. That sounds vile. That sounds absolutely disgusting.
Elton John was filmed recently getting out of car waddling. I think they referred to him as the egg leaker.
Oh.
So let's listen to the egg leaker, shall we? No, even I can't hear that.
My name is the egg leaker.
Fuck it. Why is Twitter so fucking shit? Oh, it's just quiet at the start.
2020 keys ett hensynk.
Nobody cared who I was until I licked the egg.
How are you, sir? Good.
Is he even speaking English, or is he
for allowing
speaking
me to
like
ask you these
fucking
questions once more. I scanned it.
Galactic Federation of Lives likes fucking language?
Okay. By the way, did you read what was said about you on the 4chan forums?
Yes.
Get your butt,
Yeah.
Did you find it amusing?
Interesting, good. Questions were strange, but
Worst
the
Monty
man
Python
was
skit ever.
different and good.
Schwab
I guess
speaks
that's
English
just
better
how
than this
we are.
guy.
Now, I
You
know
will own
know
your
he's-
eggs
I
he's
don't
Russian,
relate.
isn't
be
he?
happy.
Anger is not an emotion for my people.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. You did not.
You
What did he
own
say on
nothing
it?
until
Did he
Don't
just
mind
say he
that.
needs
Back to the
TV for his
question.
bunghole?
Why were you in that?
You will
Why were
own
you in
nothing
that
until
cable
you
As
happy.
I said countless times, I was alone.
Are you threatening me?
Yes, but why? I mean, how does the technology
I
that
must
kept
go
you
to
alive?
Lake-
Hold on.
Was it from a
There's a
space-
disclaimer and some cope I have to read out. Note, this interview has a few things you need to know about. One, the interviewer's voice has been manipulated for his safety. No, he's just speaking into a glass. Hence why his voice sounds strained and has audio crackle. The
I'm
interviewer
Russian.
and entity...
Styrofoam cup.
2, the interviewer and an entity will address each other as SES sometimes, which is a gender-neutral word for brother-sister. Remember, this race used no
fucking
names.
Christ. The fucking aliens are non-binary. God damn it.
We know it's
Oh.
not magic.
Humans must evolve alone. Otherwise, if I help you with how you say technology,
Technology, that's how you say it.
What? Than the
Hobbit,
ones
Hobbit,
who
Magic.
made
No,
you.
no.
Hobbit,
we don't use
Hobbit, your
technology here. Hold on,
technology...
calm down.
Hobbit, you're
We
technically...
use magic around here in these parts.
Hobbit,
What
you're
are you on about technology?
Hobbit, you're technically a foreign. Why do they say, how do you say, and then say the word perfectly?
It's one of those. It's one of those.
Disarming.
It's one of those buffer phrases you say, like you know when you go and and
Yeah.
basically end of the day.
Yeah. What?
Sick as a parrot.
It's
Go.
a buffer phrase.
Hmm.
Well, the French, like, if you ever listen to like a French, whether they're talking in English or in French,
Yeah.
it forms like 50% of their speech.
Oh, Dom
I
says
thought
cream.
that was
Dom says cream eggs are back on the shelves. Coincidence.
Oh yes, absolutely.
And Dom also says that's a selfie stick. It's taking a selfie.
When he said cream eggs are back in the shop, I just like start playing the Twilight Zone theme on my head.
Right, let's listen to some more of this. How do you say riveting interview?
Non-binary alien. Yeah. Okay.
No
It's
one
just Carl
was
Schwab.
co-opted.
You refuse to answer.
It's Arnold Schwarzenegger. He needs a new
I
gig.
refuse to disgrace you. and
Pumping iron
your
is better than sex.
Okay,
After a good
that's fine.
pump, I come.
How old is the vessel, as you call it? You call it the vessel. We call it the hex shape.
It was built by my people
My
3,000 years
So is this
ago.
guy supposed to be an
In the
alien? Then? Is
land.
this what it meant to be? Is this guy
I've got
literally
no
meant to be an
idea.
alien?
The interviewer and
Why is
entity. I've got no idea.
An entity? That means it's an alien. He's interviewing.
Maybe
an
the alien. It's a three-way interview then, is it?
Or is the entity inhabiting him like some kind of possession thing?
He said at one point he says to the alien, he says, "What do you want?" He says, "See your enemies driven before you, and hear the lamentations of the they them."
You once
Oh, is this why we've got non-binary toilets everywhere now? Is to accommodate
Yeah, it's the aliens.
Where is Kemet? Hold on. Hold on a sec. Okay, here. In the phone, where in the map is
The
Kemet?
one that says Egypt.
Oh, okay, Egypt.
This
Okay, I
one
see.
Here.
Okay,
Yeah, apparently the egg's 3,000 years
So
old
then-
and it was made in Egypt.
it's really old.
Right.
I know you don't want to answer this, but I have, question.
Yeah.
Have
I
you got a
to pose
dick?
the question again. How does it work? How do we get
Man's got a
inside?
penis.
I said this before.
Are you an egging
I wanna hear
person?
Look, I want to hear this. I want to hear how we get
I
inside
know, but
the
it's
egg.
for the British Ministry of Defence. You know, there are many countries involved, many nations who want your help to. I won't force you to talk if you don't want to.
Why do you want my vessel? So you can kill
'Cause-
more people.
Were your allies says.
Oh.
But, Sir, you are not an ally to your daughter.
I'd like to issue
Have you
a
ever
third
seen-
disclaimer. This absolutely isn't some drama kids messing about.
You know what? I'd respect it more if it was, to be honest.
The other woman. I
What?
know that if I give you the key to my vessel, you will kill again and again and again.
That technology could save
In your
lives.
hands, that is not the first option. Is
Oh God, are we really doing the?
your second
we're the evil
option. Power
violent lot, and you can-
Man is the most dangerous animal
Yeah.
bit. Is that
Very
what we're
well.
doing?
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah, we're doing
Oh,
that, but
I
yeah.
won't bother
Boo,
you again.
get
No,
a bit of
that's just my
material.
job. Can you tell me about the
Just shoot him and nick the
technology where you were
keys. Fuck's
sleeping?
sake.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna.
I heard they tortured him for the key.
Not feeling
afterwards.
generous.
That's what I'm thinking right now.
I want
Is this,
to help your
Is this
kind.
drama kids or is it two
Become
blokes
better.
in the pub?
Then we'll talk technology.
Let's just say it was a cold winter in Siberia, and there wasn't much to do.
Yeah.
No,
Was it dark
the
and stormy
body
night when
would
they
hurt
did this?
themselves and other people.
With points.
Pepple.
Okay. What
Pepple.
questions can you
Oh
answer?
yeah. Oh,
All
Okay.
technology-related questions will be rejected.
Mathematical questions?
Oh God, it's a space Muslim with the heart.
Can
Other
you-
questions.
Don't you mean a space heat?
Can you identify the
It's
sequence of
a
prime
space.
numbers within your
Could be a
numeral
space
system?
heap, but I think
Prime number.
It's Russian. It's got a Russian accent. Why did aliens sound like Russians?
yeah. But why is it doing the? Why is it doing the like it's from the Middle East?
I don't know. It's not.
Hey, no, he's an alien. He's a girl.
You could
He wants
say
Long Johns.
that's how
Jews in space.
God
Mm.
created or emanated everything.
We had time to understand what the Riemann hypothesis is?
The Weemen.
Can you explain it to me?
The
Can you give us an
Lamentations of the
answer?
Weemen.
Yes,
The Moomin
the
hypothesis.
Riemann hypothesis is correct. All
The Moomin supremacy, that's what the film's gonna be.
zeros of the
Space.
Z function lie on the line
It was batteries running
or
out.
E equal 1
Some Duracell in
slash
there.
2.
What are you
It
doing,
is
Dave?
based on the
Daisy,
Is
Daisy.
that why there's
Design,
been like a short supply of
numbers,
Duracell batteries? It's because the aliens are coming in to
energy
steal them.
stability in the mathematical field.
Okay.
Oh, controversial. Hobbit. Dom says it sounds like John Paul Gaultier. I know you're a big fan of John Paul's, aren't you?
Can you... I know I've asked you this before. but I have to...
It's not him.
I'm sorry if I'm repeating
Yeah.
myself.
Has
Can you
Ian
tell me
and
there
Tom
was
got like
life on Mars?
voice
As I
blindness?
stated
Where they just like,
before,
hear one
Yes.
voice and imagine another
it
completely
was
different.
Well, it's probably the only
annihilated
French voice Dom knows.
by your
Oh
micros.
God.
What about Gérard Depardieu?
Their civilization reached
Look, there's aliens telling us there's life on Mars. Yeah, we know there's life on Mars. We've got camels.
I know
on
David
Mars.
Bowie told us. There's life
Yeah,
on
there's
Mars.
camels on Mars. Like, what are you on about?
Camels, lemons,
Camels. Yeah, rats. Fucking.
cars.
Your
Did they
Spiders,
catch cars
insects.
once?
Yeah.
Did they? No.
anyone. But their
David Bowie, let us
self.
know when you were
I think you
saying
called it
about
Eagle
Chinky
yesterday, didn't
because
you?
he did slitty eyes.
I love English. It is quite simple.
I
Based.
love
language.
all the English.
Okay, all forgiven. Yeah.
Based
One
alien.
of us.
Based.
Based
Very
Anglo
long
alien.
ago.
All we need him. All we need him is to put forth the
Study them,
ang-
right? Didn't
the
you?
British Israelite theory, and then that's it. We're golden with this fella.
Sadly,
Yeah.
their desires
I'm starting to warm up to it now.
conquest conquered their hearts.
Okay. About the S'mores civilization, were they human like
Isn't
us?
that bad?
So, but some
Unchain
managed
my
to
heart.
come, however,
Unchain my heart. Say you'll love me again.
Your
DNA.
genetic
This gets
composition,
DNA.
DNA, your human
Shout out to Ian there
was
from the
not
Alien.
compatible with theirs. They couldn't mate,
Nutella's.
thus
Yeah, he just
they
did Nutella's.
disappeared.
Are there still like there are the bodies
Shout out
or
to Nutella on
mummies of
pork pie.
these
Yeah. Disgusting
people from
combination.
Mars still on Earth?
Yes, but I will not disclose
He's not going to rat him out. God damn it.
location.
I'm asking you this because, as you might have noticed, I've sent you a video of the so-called Mexican mummies. Did you get to see it?
Yes.
Imagine if Nick Fuentes was
Can you tell me
interviewing
if
this
it's
alien.
real, if it's
He'd
not
just be constantly
real?
going, "What about the JQ? What about the JQ?"
Yes.
Good.
Have you
Oh,
got the
what
J's
are
in your
these beings?
alien
What are these
world?
beings? Are they connected to the ones that came from Mars?
Chimera, mixed of sentient creature, a remnant of your mind.
Oh shit! He's trying to do a Star. He's trying to do a Star Wars character, but I can't think which is the one that talks really slowly.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Also,
Yoda?
oh,
No, it's not Yoda. Fuck it.
It's King
No.
Cobra JFS.
It's like Jar Jar Binks, but like deeper.
It's like it's a bit like it's like a Darth. No, it's like a Darth Vader, but foreign. Anyway, there we go. There's that fantastic.
Is that all it
needs,
was? Was there any more? Was that
No, it's
it?
only 10 minutes of that. We actually sat through
Really?
10 minutes of this bollocks.
Musa
Fucking hell.
smoke.
What did we learn? That they
No.
think that the Mexicans
Wagwan.
are from Mars. Is that what we learned at the end of that?
No, we learnt from that. The only thing that's salient is English is the best language ever, and he loves it.
Right, breaking the alleged egg UFO that's leaked. Can they stop saying egg leaker? It's vile. The alleged egg.
I just want to do a public service announcement, right? So there's a thing, if you go on Twitter and underneath profile you see more, you've got an option there, it's called muted words. I have muted the word sus, bussy and breaking, and now I don't see any tweets with any of those words mentioned in it, and my Twitter timeline is much better as a consequence.
Yeah.
Bussy.
I've never seen Bussy. Who do you follow that keeps talking about sus, bus, and bussy?
Unfortunately, due to now I've been entering in the groiposphere, the Ebonics are talking about anal homosexual sex with your boyfriend. They refer to it as the bussy. Because that's what rappers... That's what rappers call it. You know, the rappers, when they sliding up and down the stairs...
Well, that's not all they're sliding up and down by the sound of it.
Yeah, the rappers, you know, they've got the baby oil vats in their basement, the rappers. You know, the rappers taking Viagra and having like 10-hour sex marathons, the rappers.
Got some breaking news here. The alleged egg UFO that's leaked by an... I just can't get by it when it says leaked.
Leaked up the bussy.
It's leaked up the sus bussy. That's leaked by an anonymous 4chan whistleblower.
Do you realise this conversation would be illegal in a pub?
Can you imagine having this conversation at like a an upper class dinner table?
You're getting asked to leave. It's like, excuse me, we're just having a private conversation about UFOs.
The whistleblower has a hieratic Egyptian hieroglyphs all over it. This egg was allegedly recovered from a cave in Antarctica in Queen Elizabeth's Range in 2022.
So they've been diving into Queen Elizabeth's deep, dark range.
Yeah. So the egg leaked. So there was an egg leaked from Queen Elizabeth's Range in Antarctica.
Breaking egg leak from Queen Elizabeth's Range. Bring eggs back on the menus, boy.
How have they got all this information from like a really shit video? Oh, why did they choose the alien egg for disclosure? Do you want the straight dope on this then, lads?
Do you remember that really shit band, Alien Egg
Egg
Farm?
as disclosure for the aliens.
Alien Ant
Things are
Farm.
not as they appear. They're actually downright nefarious.
I
We'll come right back to this
do
cosmic
like
egg, the
vapes
symbol
all
of the bringing
day
of all
long.
evil. So let me ask you this: what does every ancient and even modern culture all have in common? You know,
Eggs.
it's not just in DC, right? It was in Egypt, it was in Babylon, it was in Rome. It's the missing member of Osiris. But how can I
It's
tell you about
supposed to ban
Osiris?
I thought it was
without
eggs.
talking about Isis, who goes by many names.
Damn
Isis,
it.
Anana,
I
Ishtar,
want this stuff to be
deity
banned
over the
because of
egg.
his voice.
Why we have Easter? Did you know that she's actually
Why'd you
called
have
the
Easter,
Queen of
Hobbit-
Heaven
Hobbit?
by these cults? The Bible
Aliens.
talks about
Masons. That's
Eggs.
the Freemasons. That's why.
Freemasons.
Plot twist.
Freemasons
She's the wife,
making us
sister,
hide
and
eggs
queen of Osiris.
chocolate.
She was
They're always
Yeah.
hollow
Osiris'
and
sister.
chocolate's
Then
always
they got
rubbish.
married, being
What's
his
up with
wife,
that?
and then they had a child named him Horus.
And do you know who hides the cream eggs
Much
every
like
year?
Osiris,
Osiris.
remember,
That's
you'll
who.
find that egg in every single culture. And what it means is there's a huge battle coming. At
Except
some
the-
point in this life, you'll
except
get
the
that
penis,
everything
you
is
can
the
find
exact
the
same
penis.
as it
And you know,
was.
you can't
You know
spell
that when Alistair
Cyrus
Crowley
without
summoned the alien
ISIS.
lamb, they can tell them also about the egg.
You can't spell Osiris without cream egg.
Told them it's all in the egg.
And do you remember,
This egg
you
is
can't
always-
spell
And it's
ISIS
all in the
without
egg,
is.
Hobbit.
The cosmic egg or the
Yeah,
Orphic
and-
egg.
and you
like the
can't spell
supposed
ISIS
cosmic
without
visitor.
is,
Stay with me.
because it is the
ancient
truth.
symbol of the Orphic mystery
Yeah.
was the serpent entwined
Yeah.
egg, which signified the cosmos
bro.
encircled by a fiery
Holmes
creative
guy.
spirit.
Do we want any
Dog.
more of
I wonder
this?
who that is.
Or is his voice
Horus is
irritating
in
you
the
too
egg.
much of it?
Apollyon, Abaddon,
Look, put it this
Apollo,
way.
the
I'm not
Lightbringer,
saying
Satan.
that masturbating with 80 grit sandpaper.
So yeah,
Basically.
so basically it's all demonic. That's why they chose to do the egg reveal. Okay, great.
Oh
But at
no!
the same
Oh no!
time-
Someone called it a UAP egg. That's even worse. That's
But at the same time, I am saying his voice sounds like 200 grit sandpaper on your private parts.
Here it is. Here's the footage of the UAP wet ass pussy egg Hobbit. It's weird because you know it's an egg, but the context surrounding the retrieval makes it clear that it's not Baby Yoshi or the world's largest omelette in waiting. How do
Do you
you
remember
process
when,
this? How do you
But there's-
process this fact that it's?
There is no way to like determine.
There's
the
no
start.
fucking scale on it. I mean, for all we know,
Yeah,
that could be a.
An egg. It's a fucking boiled egg on a stick.
Do you-
There's no yeah.
Have we covered on Fortean words before when Beavis and Butthead reviewed UAPs?
No.
I think we have spoken about it before.
You know, when he sort of they're going around like, oh, it's brilliant. Maybe we could play that as the outro song or outro video. It's like the clip's like 2 minutes long.
Oh dear.
And if we play it at the end, we shouldn't get any copyright notices because I think, it is what it is, tubes. I've
What's
just
the thing
closed
with the
the explain
owl-headed
mystery.
caretaker? Is that from a game?
I don't know. What's the old-headed kid? Well, that thing you're looking at now, the blue
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't recognise it.
Money Penny from off the internet is currently recreating an egg retrieval video. What's she using a cable tie? It's obviously a bit of fucking needle. Someone's found a still from the. That's an interesting helicopter Hobbit. It's got 2 tails on it. Why is AI so bad at drawing stuff?
It's better than I am at drawing things.
Yeah.
Oh, did you know there's Rendlesham Forest news?
Yeah, I did see it. Is it on Unexplained Mysteries? Is it?
An intriguing new documentary.
Oh no, we've got some footage from the egg. Is that from the wrestling? Why have they got somebody coming out as a turkey in the wrestling?
An intriguing new documentary is set to delve deep into the mystery of the UK's most famous UFO incident. Narrated by William B. Davis, who famously played the secretive cigarette-smoking man in The X-Files, the new documentary entitled The Rendlesham UFO, The British Roswell,
They didn't call it an UAP.
promises to unravel shocking new insights.
Are there any
Yeah,
egg
but
leakers on?
you know, UAP's one of those things like when they place transvestite with transgender or trans.
Yeah.
So
I feel really sorry for bank managers that used to like wearing their wife's knickers when they come home from work. Like they got erased overnight.
Drafted. Yeah.
They just got erased, didn't they?
Particularly unusual. Well, I missed the times when the man would dress up as a woman and put the makeup on, and we'd all point and laugh at him. Now it's like, oh, you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah. The wife
But,
would kick
like-
him out. The wife would come home early from work, find him in her dress, kick him out, wouldn't they? In the good old days.
Isn't that bloke from Are You Being Served? Didn't he do a cross-dressing character? Not
Well, as far
Lily
as I know.
Savage. Wasn't he Dame Edna?
Yeah, but no, he's Australian. Dame Edna is. Do you remember Hinge and Bracket? They were a couple of trannies, weren't they? I think.
I thought Dame Edna was Are You Being Served's alter ego.
No, it's Barry Humphries.
Barry Humphries.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but Barry Humphries is the guy from Are You Being Served?
No, that's John Inman.
Wait a minute, who's Barry Humphries? I'm sure he's been in Are You
He's an
Being
Australian bloke who used to dress up as Dana.
Served. Barry Humphries.
Yeah.
Let me just
He
have-
used to
have
do
a look.
that really gross character.
Oh.
I can't, Les something, the
No.
Australian cultural attaché. Do you remember that character he did as well?
It doesn't look at all like what I thought. How can that be Dame Edna?
It's weird, isn't it?
Oh, Night with Dame Edna, back with the vet. Oh, right, okay. So John Inman.
Yeah.
So John Inman, English actor.
Are you
That's
getting
it.
confused with that geezer out of Elaine Alf Hotman who used to dress as a woman? He was very effeminate.
I don't know. Take a letter, Mr. Jones. Oh, he had a partner called Ron Lynch. So anyway, the Rendlesham Forest, particularly unusual, is the film's emphasis on paranormal
John
activity.
Inman was a big part of the Rendlesham Forest mystery.
The mystery of transvestites and where they vanished. It's
Yeah.
like the modern day Bermuda Triangle. Particularly unusual is the film's emphasis on paranormal activity and cryptids, things not typically associated with either Rendlesham Forest or its famous UFO incident.
UFO.
Oh, that's right, because we're talking about how they keep redefining terms. So transvestite and transsexual means the same thing, but these terms have fallen out of favour.
Well, they're different, aren't they? Yeah. One of
No,
them you have to have
thing.
your winky chopped off, don't you? Transvestite, where you literally just enjoy wearing women's clothes, and that's what.
No, the winky chopping off is just mental illness because
okay.
If you're not defined by your genitalia, then why would you remove your genitalia?
Yeah.
Because if that doesn't define who you are as a person, then why mutilate it?
How can you be a Christian transvestite? Because surely you'd believe that God makes no mistakes, wouldn't you?
I just like. If they were being honest about it, and some of them are, they'd be like, I wear women's clothes because it gives me a stiffy. Then you've got ones who try to be way too autistic about it and go, no, this is my real identity. You don't understand me. I need to chop my penis off and turn it inside out. So, UFOs, often referred to as Britain's Roswell, the official trailer synopsis reads, this thrilling UFO road trip explores decades of unexplained phenomena, from bizarre sightings and floating orbs to the light of chilling cryptid encounters. Featuring exclusive interviews with prominent UFO
There weren't any cryptid encounters.
Well, that's what's unusual about this documentary.
Oh, they're making shit up. Is that what's unusual about it?
Yeah, and John Hanson. Well, they'll be doing a Fata Morgana saying, you see this 6-second burst.
Well, I mean, this has been the longest cope in history. I mean, those Yanks just need to up and admit that the SAS got them good on that occasion. But no, we've got to turn it into a whole big thing just to save the Americans' blushes, haven't we?
Including Philip Kinsella and John Hanson, and culminating in the groundbreaking CE5 experiment, the documentary unravels shocking new insights and paranormal activity. Directed by Mark Christopher Lee and Roderick Godman, who produced the Word Kingdom pictures. this film blends humor, suspense, and eerie discoveries. Humor because they missed out a U, into one unforgettable journey. The incident itself, which occurred in December 1980, saw US servicemen stationed at RAF Woodbridge in England witness.
Where has all this come from? Cars on Mars, penis over Venus, fart gas over penis, spoon on moon, Jabba, Blutto. Oh yeah, Jabba the Hutt. That's what it sounds like. That alien.
Right, Deputy Base Commander.
Bluto on Puto, dyslexia rules, John Inman.
Swamp gas over Venus. Lieutenant Coles Charles.
Fart gas over penis.
Gone out to investigate when the unidentified object was spotted descending into a nearby woods. Our security team observed a light that looked like a large eye, red in colour, moving through the trees. Color.
Yeah.
Color. After a few minutes, this object began dripping something that looked like molten.
Oh, it weren't egg leaking, was
it? Breaking egg leak.
Yeah.
A short while later, it broke into several smaller, white-coloured objects which flew away in all directions. In the years since, many have come to refer to the incident as Britain's Roswell, but not everyone subscribes to the belief that the Wrensham UFO was an extraterrestrial in origin. No release date for the new documentary has been revealed yet, so you can check out the trailer below. And Beavis and Butthead did actually do a review of the UAP phenomena, and I thought it was very good, actually. So, Beavis and Butthead, UAP. There we go. Old Beavis and Butthead. What do you mean, old Beavis and Butthead? That's not old Beavis and Butthead. That's like recent.
That's new Beavis and Butthead.
It's too. Yeah, I know. Why are they calling it old Beavis and Butthead? That offends me. But anyway, there's the 2-minute clip about.
Oh, because it happened before a Zoomer was born. That means it doesn't exist.
Zoomers just like they open up drawers in schools and like there's a Zoomer and he's like saying bussing no cap, put it in my bussy. The first comment on this video is that sad time when Butthead says there's no whores in this house. This house also comes with an Olympic-sized swimming pool that is 1 foot deep.
Yeah. Hobbit. This 200-year-old witch's bottle contains something surprising.
Oh, is it rum?
Is it a witch?
Is it menstrual blood?
I don't know. At the time, builders assumed that it was an old bottle of rum and had actually planned to pop it open and sample it. What is wrong with builders? Oh, look, it's a bottle. I'm going to fucking pop it open and have a good old fucking chug on it.
Yeah. Finders keepers.
Yeah. Joke would have been on them because it wasn't rum inside the bottle. It was piss.
Some say he'd been drinking his piss before he went up.
So it's a good job the manager stepped in to stop. No, it wasn't. They would have got exactly what they deserved.
It would have been funnier if he just let them. It's just like, well, you're drinking piss. You're drinking 300-year-old piss. I know what they say about this booze. It tastes like fucking piss.
Have you seen those balls are back in Australia? Those weird little balls?
No, but like they saying here, exactly why a bottle of urine was buried at the site remains unclear. Although one possibility was a witch's bottle designed. No, what it was like a 200-year-old neat, and they'd be like, I can't be bothered to go to the toilet. It's cold. I'm just going to piss in a bowl.
Yeah. And
then it got buried in the floorboards. And 200 years later, congratulations, you have uncovered someone's piss jug.
It was a medieval 4chaners. It used to be that site used to be a medieval 4chaners desk.
Is it like someone who's like playing chess or cards with themselves, and they'd be like, oh, I can't go to the outhouse, I'm gaming.
Oh, they're off again, Hobbit. A huge planet-like object may have once barged away through our city. Look, I'm going to shit you all. I'm going to barge in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scientists now believe our solar system may have once been visited by something very large indeed.
Yeah, they say all this bullshit, but then when they got actual evidence of artifacts which have a non-human intelligence in the solar system, they go, "Oh no, it's just swamp gas over Jupiter and Ganymede."
Yeah.
Sorry, it's what's their term they're using? Cyclotron maser instability. You know, naturally forming cyclotron maser instabilities happens all the time around gas giants.
Yeah.
Fucking cyclotron maser instabilities.
Dyson trees could enable alien life and humans to live on comets.
I was just about to read that, but
Oh, go on then. You read that one then. I bet I'm just dying to hear you kick off over this one.
Fraser, you give my voice a rest. You read it.
Me?
No.
Oh, fuck's
Yeah.
sake,
you read it. Unless you want to read like the Beavis and Butthead thing about
no.
unidentified air phenomena.
Unexplained pest.
Yeah.
I just
Do you need a
posted
link,
the
Fraser?
in general.
Oh, you did? Okay. Was this it? This the one we're looking
Oh,
at?
Hobbit, you
Dyson
should do
trees?
this one because it's about Dyson spheres.
Yeah, well, not
Yeah.
really.
Okay, right, all right then. I'll read it. Right, so Dyson trees could enable alien life and humans, in brackets, to live on comets. Right, okay. Could comet dwelling trees provide safe, habitable bubbles of life that travel through the cosmos? Oh my god.
No, moving on. So I'm glad we covered that article.
Yeah,
What
that
did
was
you
great.
think of that, Fraser?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. The
No, hold on. You're poo-pooing this, but this wasn't the only idea of this kind that Dyson came up with. He also devised a much more obscure concept of something that became known as a Dyson tree. This is essentially a large bioengineered tree-like organism that lives inside a comet, turning what would otherwise be a dead inhospitable space into a habitable environment.
So, in other words, you follow the comet out.
Yeah.
So Dyson
right?
envisages that such trees could be sustained through the absorption of water from the comet itself and from the light from any stars that happen to be in the vicinity.
But if the tree absorbs the water from the comet would disappear, thus killing the tree.
I was hoping you weren't going to make that particular point, Fraser.
There's a problem here. The water is finite. The tree requires water to survive. The tree drinks the water from the comet, thus reducing the surface area of the
But
outside
what
shell.
happens if the people that live there piss up the side of the tree? Then it'd go back in them, wouldn't it? Or would that kill the tree? Then you can breathe piss air. Then you can breathe piss air. Then can't you?
Imagine it's curry night and there's really nasty farts and where are you going to go to get some fresh air?
Hobbit, would you enjoy breathing piss air?
Well, it's like the farts. I mean, it's bad enough on the plane, and that does get a little bit of fresh air from the outside. But this is a completely sealed environment.
It's like, okay then, Dyson, how do you get onto the asteroid and drill all of this stuff and grow the fucking tree?
Details.
Right,
Yeah,
so,
you're just the naysayer. You're just the naysayer.
What you do is you use a really giant gun to fire an acorn at comets, and then you let nature take its course.
A steel-jacketed acorn, hollow point acorn.
not only will the tree drink the water from the comet, but also Dyson envisages that such trees could be sustained through the absorption of water from the comet itself and from the light from any stars that happen to be in the vicinity. So not you're going to put a giant window on this thing, are you?
Big ice window.
Nice window. You see, I think there's a reason why the ISS doesn't have any fucking windows. Because
Well, it gives the game away for a start.
Well, that and it would be a weak point in the in the craft for because glass or perspex would be less,
Flight crew filmed strange glowing object 4,500 feet over the Bahamas. I hope it's not a fucking leaky egg again.
my god.
NASA photographs Ghost Island that vanishes like an apparition. The island was captured on satellite imagery in the Caspian Sea off the coast of Azerbaijan.
Ooh. What's this? They found Atlantis, finally.
So the example... It was formed by an eruption of the Kunami Bank mud volcano. So it's not even an island disappearing. It's a fucking mud bank because of a volcano. Jesus fucking Christ. These people and their shit articles. What a...
Oh shit, nothing's happening today. Write something. Some mud. Mud was seen in the sea. Oh, okay.
Oh, three obscure cryptozoological creatures you may never have heard of. Bigfoot and Loch Ness Monster need no introduction, but have you ever heard of the Loveland Frog?
Is this the one that turns into a prince when you kiss it?
No, it just hangs about on the road. Tries to touch kids or something. I don't know. So here they are.
One of those frogs that if you lick it, you get high.
The Loveland Frog. Also sometimes referred to as the Loveland Frogman. The sightings of this bizarre humanoid amphibian were first reported in Loveland, Ohio, back in 1955, when a businessman reported seeing a group of 3 frog-like creatures standing next to a bridge. Several other sightings followed, including one in 1972 involving a police officer who claimed to have seen the creature crossing the road. Why did the frog cross the road? Hobbit? Any idea?
Why did the frogman cross the road? Yeah.
It was being chased by a Frenchman. Descriptions of the creature vary, but I'd say most accounts say that it's a frog, I should imagine. That it stands approximately 4 feet tall, has leathery skin and a frog-like head with grown red eyes. No definitive evidence of its existence, however, has been found. Oh, Hobbit's favourite, Mokele Mbembe. What was it? Mokele Mbembe.
Mokele Mbembe is there.
Mokele Mbembe.
Oh yeah, the African rape god.
Yeah, in the dense rainforest of the Congo River basin, they drink it in the Congo, do they? Bongo.
Frogman juices.
Local leaky eggs. Locals speak of a creature known as the Mokele Mbembe, a massive semi-aquatic beast that resembles an extinct sauropod dinosaur. Descriptions of the creature vary, but it's typically depicted as having a long neck and a small head. The name Mokele Mbembe roughly translates to one who stops the flow of rivers. Seemingly a reference to the alleged size of the creature.
It's African Nessie, is that what it is?
Yeah, it's African Nessie, basically, but they had, Okay. Some have suggested that Mokele Mbembe could be a relic from the dinosaur age as some sort of living fossil, though the likelihood of a population of such creatures surviving tens of million years without being discovered seems unlikely, to say the least. The Thunderbird, first introduced into North American folklore by Native American tribes, the Thunderbird is often described as a gargantuan bird with a wingspan large enough to darken the sky. Some accounts suggest that it's large enough to carry off an entire bison in its talons. Though the Thunderbird is primarily a feature of mythology, there have been occasional sightings by modern-day witnesses. Skeptics, however, argue that these reports are likely to either be hoaxes or cases of misidentification. You've been there and you see a bird of prey with a bison in its talons. You're not going to know what it is, really, are you?
Yeah, it's just an ostrich, mate. Those things.
Oh yeah, Craig Wilson's got it. The frog crossed the road to see his flatmate.
Oh.
Where's Hobbit gone?
I'm still here.
Oh, you've been.
I just read a really boring article about Stonehenge. Are you ready to wow the audience with the true purpose of Stonehenge has been discovered?
Yeah.
What wasn't blood sacrifice?
Is it a tourist attraction?
Yeah. Actually,
was it built in the 1950s?
That's what the article it claims. So the true purpose of Stonehenge may finally have been found. So
May. Oh, might have done.
Oh.
The world famous Neolithic stone circle may have served as more than just as. Sorry, every time I think of May, I think of James May on that plane where he wears the Burger King crown.
That wasn't that. I'm pretty sure that wasn't James May.
Hey, I know James May when I see him, and he was having a bad day. He took the cancellation of Top Gear hard.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. They just went on and did that other thing, didn't they?
He's from West Africa, and he could say whatever he likes. Sitting isolated amongst the green fields of the Wiltshire countryside, Stonehenge, which dates back many thousands of years, remains one of the world's most enduring and intriguing monuments. Although its exact purpose has long remained a topic of debate, we do know that it has held a spiritual and ritualistic significance for the people of the British Isles over the millennia, and would have also served as a form of astronomical calendar, with the stones aligning with sunrise on the summer solstice and sunset on the winter solstice. With the recent discovery that the giant altar stone in the centre of the circle had been transported hundreds of miles from modern Scotland, researchers now believe that Stonehenge has served another purpose too, bringing together and unifying people from across the land.
God.
Why even have borders and shit? Travel by land would have provided much better opportunities for spectacle, pageantry, feasting, and celebration that would have drawn people in the thousands to witness and take part in this extraordinary venture. The researchers wrote.
It's Disney. It's Disneyland for pagans. Is that what it is?
We should have had the European Union when Stonehenge was new. This also suggests that the people at the time were a lot more connected than previously believed. The fact that all of its stones originated from distant regions, making it unique among over 900 stone circles in Britain, suggests that the stone circle may have had a political as well as a religious purpose, as a monument of unification, like the European Union, for the peoples of Britain, celebrating, and remember, everyone is Britain, celebrating their eternal links with their ancestors and the cosmos, said study lead author Mike Parker Pearson.
Oh, lads, the new episode of the Camp Cryptid podcast is out. If you like big titty, is that an acceptable big titty goth girl? I bet I've just put up.
What the fuck is wrong with her arms? Right, so the first comment here says,
I will admit that she does look like a detention room desk, but yeah.
The first comment says, Stonehenge erected by seasonal workers from Europe.
Well, she doesn't look that bad. Yeah, her arms. Yeah. Okay.
Have you not seen it?
I thought that was the background.
It's like a burn victim. Fuck.
No, she's someone scrawled all over her arms. I bet.
She's been vandalised.
she's been vandalised like a New York subway train.
She looks like one of those derelict buildings with someone scrawled graffiti everywhere.
Well, yeah, I thought that was the background. I was like, where's her arms? Oh.
Yeah.
I bet you'll find a few discarded condoms around her and all. Maybe like some dirty used needles, broken beer bowls. Just looks dirty. That's the sort of dirt that it doesn't matter how many times you wash, it's never coming off.
What, you mean like Lindsay Lohan looks?
It just looks dirty.
Oh shit, have you ever heard about this? There's a Navy SEAL was reportedly in the was in the Congo, and he apparently found a quill-backed chimpanzee.
That's not a place for a seal. They'll get too hot there.
Chimpanzee.
What if it's trying to get away from? Yeah, you said a Navy SEAL. It was trying to get away from the orcas.
I don't mean a Navy Blue SEAL. I mean a US Navy SEAL. It gets my seal of approval. Arf, arf.
Yeah.
Hey, Aldi did these knockoff penguin biscuits called Seal.
What the fuck?
What? You've never had them before?
No, not that.
They taste exactly like penguin.
Hey, look.
It's walruses that eat penguins, isn't it? It's walruses that eat penguins.
I think polar bears would.
No, they can't get the wrappers off. Ahoy!
Oh, hey, oh, Dad. Dad, stop. You're killing me.
What do you think of this, lads? Look, someone's hunted Susan Boyle to extinction.
Is that the Frogman? Did you find it?
I don't think it's the Frogman, but it's completely unrelated. But fucking hell, that's a big one, isn't it?
That could feed 500 people in France.
I could feed a French family and possesses a venom that it uses to protect itself.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
What blemmies? The Paranormies are doing an episode on blemmies.
Blemmies. Oh, the headless people.
Yeah.
The headless people. Yeah.
Oh, they did it June last year. We could probably nick a bit of that.
But remember, we got the Beavis and Butthead official discourse on unidentified aerial phenomena.
Yeah. We got it licked.
I wouldn't want to lick that.
Did you see old Ooh, that was weird. Did you see Zuck have a look at that woman's boobies in the Senate?
Yeah.
There's some holes in
everybody
the Senate.
looked at.
Yeah.
In that one photo.
Was she a lot calmer once they milked her? 'Cause apparently she was having the hysterics.
Who was?
Oh, I was just harkening back to the previous episode we did about women's hysterics and, just milking a big tits. Who's that woman that they're lusting over? Sarah Palin. That's
in women covered in ectoplasm news. Bonnie Blue slams jealous Lily Phillips and claims a former friend stole her idea to bed 1,000 men in a day.
What's happened to Sarah Palin now? Is she?
She's big. She was the original big titty goth girl, weren't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Hobbit?
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead reviewed wet ass UFOs.
You want me to play us out with that, do you?
I think for the disclosure movement, it's needed.
Right, okay then. Hold on a sec. Where's the link?
It's in general.
So good night from me. Good night from these lot. You sure it's in general?
Bye.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it's above the Dyson trees.
That's it. I'll play that out and I'll just leave it running.
Do it.
Hold on a sec.
There's no horse in this house.
No horse in this house.
It's a Butthead quote. God, I'm tired.
Capture. I've got a fucking picture showing up.
My arm went out of my bed this morning, and then it woke me up to say it was cold. And then I brought my arm in, and I just thought, why couldn't I have done that when I was unconscious?
Fucking hell. I'm trying to do something on the computer. My brain's not working.
Neither's mine.
Yeah, I think it's that. I think that's that super duper frog, isn't it?
It's the fog that did it.
The fog, yeah.
It's the frog. It's the frog that did it. It's the frog what done it. Right,
Yeah.
so copy that link. Put it in there. That's it. So yeah, don't forget to look at the Camp Cryptid podcast. Nice tits showing about the arms, I think is what we say about that, isn't it? Arms like a detention room desk. Right, I'm gonna play us out. Oh God, fucking hell.
It's like it's got road rash or something on them.
Oh fuck! I can't sign into it. Hobbit. It's an over 18, so
Oh,
YouTube's
right. Look,
YouTube's being a dick. Go.
Suffice to say, people.
Oh, it's not old Beavis and Butthead. It's old Beavis and Butthead. I bet. It's not old as in the show's old. It's old Beavis and Butthead as in they're old men and they watch it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's old Beavis and Butthead. So anyway, that's us done for this evening. Go on then, Hobbit.
I'm going to listen to this important UFO disclosure.
Are you going to listen to the 33-year-old man?
This looks like one of these videos where they're trying to sell a house, but it's full of whores.
Never mind. She'd get analysed, never mind vandalised. Nighty night, stay spooky, says Carrick Wilson.
Dick bicycle, wrist icicle.
Watch out for leaky eggs.
Ugh.
Yeah. Night all.